Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm ranking the best Galaxy Opals in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM here on this tier list. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. We got like 50 of the best Opals in the game. A lot of cards on this list to rank. I think it is like 54 actually. So, gonna try to go through, be pretty thorough. If I missed anybody y'all want to hear my thoughts on, I do apologize. I tried to get to basically everybody, so at least all the good ones. So if I missed any, let me know. I apologize if so, but I did my best. So Oscar Robertson, I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this card. I don't think he's terrible, but I think B tier is about as good as I could go with him. His stats and batters are very solid, but he's what I call a jack of all trades, master of none. Not a card that I think is extremely elite in any specific area. Not a card that I think is extremely bad in any specific area either. He just doesn't exceed expectations really in any way, at least for me personally. LeBron is, I think, still, honestly, is LeBron still S tier? It's getting to the point where like you might have an argument for him not being S tier as an Opal. I'm gonna be honest, he's not that much better than his pink diamond. His badges are better, but his jumper's still only on normal. His SIGs haven't changed. I really like LeBron still as a card, but I think I'm gonna go A, because like, for example, Carlos Boozer, he's same size as Braun. His jumper's as good or better, probably better. Movement wise, he's probably a little bit better, if not, I mean, maybe not much, but defensively, he's better on the interior, not quite as good on the perimeter, similar as a slasher. Is he better than Braun? There's an argument. I think I'm putting Boozer in S. I love his jump shot. I'd take it over Ron's. That might be an unpopular opinion, but that's what I'm gonna do. I think is put him over LeBron personally at this point. I really like Boozer. I think he's a monster. Kareem gives you a ton of interior ability defensively. I wish he was a little bit better offensively at times in terms of as a shooter. That's what really holds him back. Now, he's still a very good card, so I won't take that away from him at all, but he could be, in my opinion, at least a little bit better overall. Still a very good card, but I am going to only go B tier for Kareem, I think, just because he isn't a perfect card. You know what I mean? He's not bad at all. He's very, very solid. He's just not quite, in my opinion, extremely ridiculously elite at this point. I probably need to speed up a little bit on these rankings, in all honesty, though, because this is a big list. And Bradley Beal, I mean, among the best of the best diamonds, there's only a few Opals that I think are definitely, I mean, he's not bad, honestly, but he's not great. I think he's probably towards the bottom. I think C tier. Just, he's not that strong defensively. Offensively, his jumper's nice, but he's not huge, and he's not going to be a dominant slasher or anything. He's a good card, not a great card at this point. I think C tier. I don't love Opal KD. I'd put him below Braun for sure. I think B tier is totally fair. 6'10", good jump shot, not a bad card at all, but I think B tier at this point. Obviously, Wibby's S tier. I don't really think I even need to explain why that is. He's one of the best cards in the game, plain and simple. I mean, he's as good as it gets, 100%. He's still the best center in the game besides probably, I guess he'd be the best center in the game besides Archer's making noise. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but he's complaining a little bit. But besides Edie, I think Wemby's probably best center in the game. Jamal Mashburn looks really solid. I think A tier for sure. Definitely a card that I think is absolutely viable. Like, you can use him at a very high level. I feel like can have a lot of success. Definitely a very, very good card here in my team that I feel pretty darn confident in. I like him a lot, man. I think he does a lot of things really, really well. And if you are in need of a small forward option, Jamal Mashburn's definitely a good one. Drazen Petrovic, I like him. I think he's like, his jumper's nice. Defensively, he's good. His release is solid. Like, there's a lot of good things about him. He's a little bit undersized. He's not amazing as a slasher despite having a 90 driving dunk. But I like the card. I think he's pretty solid. I think he does a lot of things really well. I have no issues at all with putting him at a decent spot on this list. I think B tier. I don't know if I go A at this point. Gobert, same level as Kareem. I'm going to go B. I don't mind the card at all. I think he does a lot of things really well, honestly. But he's just not a kind of like Kareem, honestly. He's just not an elite level defensive card, mainly would be his biggest flaw. Overall, still a very good card, but in my opinion, probably is towards the back end or towards the middle of B tier anyway. I don't think I could put him A tier at this point. T-Mac's jumper just isn't good enough. That's the biggest thing with T-Mac. Otherwise, I do like the card, but his jumper just isn't good enough. It's a little bit hitchy. His movement honestly also isn't all that good. I just think he's a little bit overrated, realistically. He's just not great. You know what I mean? I don't have an issue at all personally with T-Mac in the C tier. And honestly, if you wanted to argue him D tier because the jumper's a bit hitchy and stuff, I wouldn't be super mad at you. That is a valid opinion to have. So Ricky Davis, I'm gonna go A, not quite S, but I do like him a lot. Very smooth jump shot defensively. He's a stud. His release, his movement is good. I mean, he's got that dribble style is I think he's got Darius Garland dribble style. So a lot to like about the card overall. Definitely a viable option in my team for sure. So in my opinion, I have no issues at all with him in the A tier, and honestly could probably be argued S tier. Look at the shooting guards. Is he the best shooting guard in the Opal tier? I think I'm moving him S tier. I think he deserves it. Rudy Gay. I like Rudy Gay more than Boozer personally. That might be biased. I'm gonna move Boozer down. I think I'm gonna put Boozer high A. I'm gonna put Rudy S. I love Rudy. I love his jump shot. I love his movement. I love his fade. I think he's awesome. And I think defensively he's very solid too. Not great, but definitely good enough. I think S tier for sure. Wilt's obviously same tier as Kareem. They're very similar cards. They pretty much provide the exact same thing. Really, Gobert, Wilt, and Kareem are all very, very similar cards in my team. Jarrett Culver looks like a beast, shooting guard position. Haven't used him as of yet, but he looks super duper solid. So definitely would say he's probably an A tier option as well. Looks extremely solid on paper, even though I have not as of yet used the card. Andre Kirilenko, definitely not A. I think B for him as well. I mean, defensively, he's great. I don't mind Andre Drummond at all. Sorry, Andre Kirilenko, not Andre Drummond. I think his jumper can be a little hitchy, and I think movement is like, he's got a decent escape, but that's about it. I don't love the card, but I don't think he's bad either. Gilbert Arenas also going C. Honestly, not bad, but on a list this good, I just think he's a little undersized. Jumper isn't great. Movement isn't great. Not bad, not insanely elite. To me, I feel like that's probably the right spot for him, is in that C tier. Tony Allen's D tier. This card stinks. He's short. He's not good. He's new. It's really the only reason I was on the list, but he's short. He's not really all that great at all of a shooter, and he's undersized. He doesn't move well. I'm not a fan. Gerald Wallace, I am a fan. In fact, I like Gerald Wallace a lot. I think he's an easy A tier card for sure, and I think you could argue even higher than that if you wanted to, just like with LeBron, a couple of these guys. Really good card. Great jump shot, great slasher, even a little bit of movement. Not bad at all. Marc Gasol, D tier, not a big fan. Gasol, just realistically, his biggest issue is that he's kind of on the slower end slightly, and I just don't know where he fits at small forward or power forward. I just don't love the card. Not a huge fan. Penny Hardaway. Darius Garland dribble style is nice. Jumper could be better, but he is 6'7" with good slashing in that Garland dribble style. It provides value. Now, at this point, I'm not sure it provides more value than B tier, because he's not a god tier defensive card, and he's not what I would consider a extremely elite option offensively, besides as a rim runner either. So I feel like probably also in the B tier. Carmelo, be totally honest with you, I think I gotta have some lower edge cards. His jumper is really nice. Offensively, he's great. Defensively, though, it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. I think realistically, this is probably the right spot for him, C tier, because he's just not that good of a defender. His movement is fine, but I wouldn't say it's insane. I wouldn't say he's this elite level defensive card by any means. Am I? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I am. But I think I'm going C tier with Carmelo. Joakim Noah's A. No, Joakim Noah's S. I'm putting Joakim in S. I love that card. I think his jumper's amazing. I think his defense is awesome. I think he does a lot of things really well. I think he might be the best Opal power forward. He's really that good. David Robinson, probably B at this point. Jumper could be a bit better. I don't mind the card. I think he does a lot of things pretty good, but I do think that he isn't perfect. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't really have a big issue with Joakim or with D-Rob, but the jumper's a little hitchy. He's only center eligible, kind of hurts him. I mean, I think I'll go B. Kawhi also feels like B at this point. Just defensively, he's nice. His jumper's solid. He's got behind the back at least, but overall, he's not really a primary shot creator by any means. I don't love the jumper. I think B tier for him as well. We're gonna have a ton of B tier guys, because like E, 7-footer, good jump shot, not super fast or an exceptional defender, but he is 7 foot with a nice jumper, so he's got some value at the power forward position. It's another B tier card. Just gonna have a massive B tier on this list, I guess. Jamal Crawford, I think, has to be C. Offensively, he's fine. Defensively, he's not great. He's not an elite level slasher, but he does look at least pretty fun to use. I just don't know if he realistically is any higher than C tier at this point. Paul George, I'll go A for him. I like him more than Kawhi personally. I just think his jumper's a little better than Kawhi's mainly is the biggest thing. He's a better slasher as well. Now, Kawhi does have the better behind the back. Paul George has the better escape. Kawhi's escape isn't that. I don't know. There's a part of me that almost wants to put Kawhi in the A tier, but Kawhi's jump shot just gets on my nerves. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't have as much success, I feel like, with Kawhi's jump shot. So I think I'm going to go A tier for PG and B tier for Kawhi. Kyle Korver's going to get A tier as well. This card, jumper is really, really good. And defensively, he's underrated. Honestly, for an Opal, he's one of the better shooting guards you can get, because he is legitimately the perfect example of a 3-and-D card. I think he's really, really good in my team. Paulo Banchero is going to be... see, this is so hard, dude. I don't know where to rank these cards. Like, Paulo's 6'10", with a smooth jumper, but it's like, is he A tier? I don't think so. I don't know, maybe. Ugh. He's big, but his jumper isn't great. His movement isn't great. I'm going B. I think that's fair. It could be better. A tier for, well, you'll go S tier for Giannis still because of that small forward eligibility. I do think at small forward he's probably better than LeBron and Boozer is, just because of that size and that versatility that he gives you athletically and defensively and things of that nature. Definitely a very good card. Yeah, I think A tier for, or S tier for Giannis makes sense. Levine, A tier, really good point guard with great slashing, good release, great defense. Honestly, really, not great defense, I'm sorry, but oh, besides the defense, great jump shot, great release, decent movement, and obviously great level slashing ability as well. So I think A tier for sure. OG Anunoby, I like a lot as a 3 and D, but I don't think I like him quite as much as Paul George. I'll go B tier. Not a bad card at all, but not an insane card either. I think realistically, the B tier is probably the right spot for OG. Having to scroll down here is kind of annoying, but McAdoo is A tier. Don't think he's quite Joakim Noah level, but I do think he's really good. His jumper's great. He's a little undersized. It's his biggest flaw. If he was 6'11", he'd be S tier for sure. Chris Mullin, good, but there's a lot of good shooting guards. Defensively, he's fine. He's a great shooter. He's a fine but not elite slasher. Wouldn't say he's a card that like insanely excites me or anything, but I do think he's a very solid, absolutely usable option at the shooting guard position. Another very decent, if not insane card. Tyler Hansbrough, I'm going to give him the S tier. I honestly, me personally, like him more than Boozer. I think he's got a little more movement than Boozer, I think is what I like about him the most. Honestly, both him and Boozer are really good though, and like LeBron, like all three of those guys are very close. I feel like you could really put either one of them in whichever tier you wanted to, but I think I'm going to go S tier for Hansbrough. Jaren's going to get the A tier. Not quite as good as Joakim Noah to me. Just Joakim's faster mainly is probably the biggest difference, but I do think Jaren is really good. Very nice release, great defender, has a good release, like overall pretty athletic. He is not a bad card at all. Paul Pierce is trash. His jumper's terrible. Gotta have a few D tier guys. I think he's one of them for sure. Hito Turkoglu. Unpopular opinion, I don't like this card very much. I'm going to put him C tier. That's going to be too low for most people. I don't think he's that great defensively. I think his jumper's weird and kind of hitchy. Some people seem to like the jump shot. I am one of those people who does not like the new jump shot that they gave him. So in my opinion, I think he is also relatively low on the list. Not a huge fan, personally, of Hito Turkoglu. Karl Malone, I think is B tier. Realistically, I don't think I can go higher than that. I don't mind the card. I think he's actually pretty good. But in my opinion, I just think realistically, you're looking at a guy who is what? A little bit limited as a shot creator. He's a good shooter, but not an insane shooter. He's got a lot of size, a lot of finishing, a lot of defense at his position, which does provide some sort of value, but I would still say you're realistically looking at a card who's just good, not great, basically. So B tier for him. David West, C tier. Not quite enough besides catch and shoot ability. His jumper's not insane. I think C for him. I think Tim is B. I'd rather have Jared and McAdoo and guys like that at power forward, but I do think Tim's pretty good still. B tier's fine for him. Jay Rich. Is Jay Rich still A? Is he better than Kawhi? Offensively he is, defensively he's not. I'll give him the edge and give him A tier at this point because he is actually a fun shot creator. I'll give him that. He is fun to use offensively. Defensively, he's not exciting. He does get a little bit beaten at times, but he can be, honestly, in the right hands, I think he can still be a primary ball handler, and that makes him a pretty valuable card. So we'll go A tier for him. Juan Dixon's actually also going to go A tier despite only being 6'3". In fact, I damn near want to put him S tier. In fact, I am going to put him S tier because I'm biased, and I like incredible shot creator, playmaker type cards. Juan Dixon is that in every sense and more. I think he's as good as it gets at the point guard position in terms of shot creation, 3 hunting, and all of my team, period. Such a fun card to use. I'll have him S tier, no doubt about it. Caruso's the best value point guard at the Opal tier. I mean, he's the best value point guard in the game, period, not just Opal tier. He is an absolute no-brainer, like really great card. Easy S tier there. Vlade Divac, I have him Jaren level. The center position, though, the center eligibility is going to give him S, in my opinion. I just think he is bigger than Jaren. He's a good shooter. He's very complete statistically. 85 speed really isn't bad for a guy who's 7'1", especially considering his player build's actually really nice too. I like the card, and I don't have a problem with him, honestly, being S tier. I think Jaren's like one of the best bigs, or Vlade is one of the best bigs, I mean. Vucevic, I like more than most. The more I have used him and seen him, I think he's pretty good. His jumper's really nice, like really nice. Defensively, he is actually pretty darn good. I'm a fan. I actually think he's very solid. He's not elite defensively the way that some of the guys below him are, but he's a lot better shooter than they are. So I'm gonna go low A for Vucevic. I'm probably going to go B for Vucevic. I'm going to be honest. He's not quite that good defensively. Cade's going to be the last S tier point guard. I'd rather have him than Levine. I have Levine in A tier. I think Cade has to be S. Cade's ability to have his size and the tray escape and a really smooth jump shot, as well as, again, that size defensively. I know he's only listed at 6'6". Looks taller than that. I think he's really good. RJ Barrett's not bad at all. There's just a million shooting guards, and I think I'd rather have all the shooting guards that are in the B tier over RJ Barrett. So, again, it's like some of these guys got to go in lower tiers despite not being terrible cards. RJ Barrett feels like one of those guys to me. I'm going to give Yao S tier mainly because he's 7'6". It's really the only reason, though, because if he wasn't 7'6", I can promise y'all he would not be S tier. He just doesn't have the speed or the elite level shooting, but his jumper's actually really nice. He will hit wide open. It's just a 70-something three ball. And again, he's got like 72 or 74 speed, which is absolutely a pretty big deal. I mean, it definitely matters that he does have that lower three speed, especially even at 7'6", it's noticeable. So I have him S tier, but I wish he was faster. Larry Markkinen, I give him Larry A. I think Larry's a little overrated, but he is 7 foot at small forward, switchable defensively, even though he's not like the fastest card, and he is a really nice catch and shoot shooter as well. Now, he has no off the dribble ability at all, and that is by far his biggest flaw in my opinion, but I think the size makes up for it enough to where I'll give him A tier still. I just think he's a good card. I don't mind him at all. I think I'd rather have him at small forward than the B tier small forwards, guys like a AK or a KD. I'll be honest, Kuzma, not a big fan. Not the best shot creator. I guess his release is pretty good, but he's not a game-breaking slasher. Defensively, he's honestly mediocre as best. Like, I don't love Kuzma. C tier feels low, but I think I'd rather have Paulo or AK or KD in my personal opinion. I don't know. I just haven't. I liked him a little bit when I first used him, but I don't love the card by any means. Shane Battier's A tier and honestly borderline S. His shooting ability at the 2 and defense is amazing. His jumper's so good. His defense is so good. I low-key think he might be S tier. I'm not gonna lie. He is so darn solid. 2K really souped the heck out of Shane Battier. I haven't done a gameplay with him yet, but I do want to get one at some point probably because he is really good. I'm gonna give him S tier. And then AD, I think he's worse than Jaren. I'm gonna go B tier for AD as well. Honestly, I just don't. I think his biggest issue is his jumper's not great. He's not a bad card. He's not a great card. And I think that's going to do it for this list. Almost 17-minute tier list. I hope y'all did enjoy. I didn't have enough guys towards the lower end of this list. Maybe I just should have included a couple of worse cards to have more D tiers. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like any of these cards really suck except for the last couple. So I felt like it was honest to put these guys in the D tier and nobody else. So I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.